of average SMR. Then we go to our best 55%. This colony is about 79 years age, and this colony survives, and this colonies may survive too. But you see a declining of the SMR in average. I will show you why. What is very interesting is that the brood infestation is coming down. You see, from 8.1%, and now we are at 3.3% brood infestation, and that's very good. So that units with a lower level of SMR can survive. So that there are more traits than only VSH or SMR. So we are looking for those grooming bees that we can integrate this characteristic in our population too. So the recapping of infested cells is a parameter I'm not so occupied from if this is really, really a good parameter. So if you look on the brood test and you see a lot of open cells, but you always see that you often see that such units, such colonies don't have so much bees. And I need the bees for producing honey. Why have you only 41%? And that's a very important sentence. This is very important for all of you sitting here. If you have the Monticollo, like our friend from Tanzania, yeah? If you have the Monticola, or you have the Yemenitica, or you have the Indemissa, or anything else, the perfect honeybee does not exist. It has to be created by the hand of man. Why? Oops. Nature is only breeding for surviving of the fittest. And nature is not breeding for economic benefits. It doesn't matter, nature, if you have 2,500 colonies, and you have a wife and you have children, and you want to go to a holiday here in Oman. Yeah? It doesn't matter, nature. Nature only wants to have, you have to survive. And you have to know something important. If anybody tells you how important it is to breed only with one race, you have to know every breeding, every inbreeding, every breeding is losing of characteristica of your natural population. Just think about this sentence. Every inbreeding. You can do this with the Yemenitica and with every other race. It's everything, it's losing of characteristica. Yeah? And so I'm a little bit different. I have a different perspective about natural populations. I think you find natural population high on the mountain, very, very wide open, high, or in some, maybe in some oases at the Sahara. But the other populations are mixed. And the beekeepers, they mixed all the population since hundreds and thousands of years. Also, the Romans brought the Ligustica bees to Germany, and it was 2,000 years ago. Think about this. I don't want to say so much about backfast breeding. It's a cross breeding. Everyone knows this. You are searching. You have a characteristica. You know, maybe it's VSH, and you want to have it in another line. So you take this line, which is very good in backfast, and you have this line which is very good in VSH, and you cross it, on nephew crossing. It's a mental parameter. I don't have to say something about it. The second, and this is the most important, is selection. And if you think you are ready, then select. And the best selection process a breeder has is this and is this. And between there is queen, which is not so good and which has not the characteristics. This is really hard. If you have 30 colonies and 30 queens, and only 3 of those are very to your what you like, so the other 27 have to die. No one says it. I do this, yeah, and only then you can get a new combination. Only then, if you do it very straight ahead. We are always looking for SMR and VSH, I said it. So the second is, I want to, this compactation, is to enrich, also we do it with SDI, we enrich this mechanism, and then we get the classic new combination, what we want to have with backfast. So when we use a natural population, I say like the Geminitica. There is a great, I think Geminitica is very good in surviving in dry climate. I'm thinking about if it might be good that I can bring this characteristics into my bees, because we are getting hotter also already in Germany too. So, I want to say use when we do this with very new search lines, you have maybe, when you take 20 of those queens, you inseminate them like I showed, you have one with 100% SMR and maybe one with 88% VSH or SMR, and 80 of them are below. You don't use these 18. You only take, I take always 2, minimum of 2 queens from which I breed, because some queens have a better, they have better daughters, and you might be the best. Everyone beekeeper knows this. You're taking queens, you rear queens from one, and you see the daughters and you say, oh, was a wrong selection. So, I talked it. Then is the compactation. And this compactation is always, if you have the standard average dividing, so you want to get the more colonies which are better. So this is a really stabilized SMR combination. We only took 6 of this SMR, selected with selected. You have 5 with 100% and 1 with 67%. So you see, it works. So, and the new combination, then we do those 2 lines and combine them, and then you see that the results go a little bit down, but you are here not in SDI, in single drone insemination, you are here in multi-drone insemination.